Peace, peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? I just want to give my personal opinion and my personal thoughts about this social media censorship that's going on. Everybody's aware that all social media platforms, whether it be YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, mainly like the mainstream social media platforms. We all know that they're censoring content, they're censoring political content, they're censoring anything that doesn't like fall in line 100% with the social status quo, dealing with like, left wing ideology. And I mean, this is old news to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are affected by it. Even people who consider themselves Democrats, because I still have friends and associates who are still consider themselves like Democrat voters. They're like pro Obama, and even they are getting like strikes and getting banned and all this kind of stuff. And and I don't understand why they're doing that because in my personal experience, in my personal social circle, I've seen people who are like traditionally on the left, they're getting pissed off at social media and they're joining the ranks of the right in a lot of cases. And I'm not aware of Silicon Valley knows about that because they're getting like a lot of leftists pissed off, So it's kind of like whatever the agenda is backfiring. So I don't understand who's going to like fall in line step by step with this whole PC politically correct social justice narrative that they're trying to create, because it's like a very narrow ideology. If you don't like fall in line 100% with that ideology, they're going to look at you like you're the enemy. So they're going to ban you, kick you off, demonetize you or whatever, you know. But what I'm ranting about is right now I just want to give you my personal thoughts about this whole thing about the censorship, and I just want to give you my personal theory. I don't really have this my thoughts on this. I can't really back it up with facts and evidence, and actually it's built upon what I know. But you can consider this as a hypothesis, for lack of a better word. My theory, my hypothesis. You know, and if you disagree with me, you can disagree with me. I accept all kind of a criticism, critiques, or whatever. So if you want to say I'm wrong, saying feel free to say that in the comments. But I just want to give you my personal theory, and if you think I'm being led astray, whatever, just correct me and just give your input. My personal theory is that I think that the powers that be, rather be, it could be the powers in the government, powers in corporations, powers in Hollywood, powers in the media, the elite within the media, just the media in general, entertainment, Hollywood, Disney, you know, movie studios, NBC, CBS, CNN, Silicon Valley or Google, whatever. I think they're scared because we're living in a time where people are creating their own media. People, they're uploading their own videos, they're making their own content, and people are doing this out of their living rooms, out of their kitchens, out of their garages. You know what I'm saying, and it's come to a point that when there was like a small minority, say like maybe like less than 1% of people were into alternative entertainment or whatever you want to call it. The powers that be, they weren't really concerned about that. But I'm thinking that we're coming to a time where there's more people turning toward alternative entertainment, alternative news, independent sources more than the mainstream. And I think the mainstream are getting scared because think about it. You got YouTubers, they're making videos out of their bedrooms, and they got more views on the videos than what CNN gets. And I think the powers that be realize that, so they're getting scared because it's kind of like, no, it's kind of like the scales is tipped. You know what I'm saying? The underground is becoming more mainstream than the mainstream, you know. And I think they're scared of that because they want to maintain the power. They want to maintain their power. They want to maintain their influence on the population. They want to like continue to brainwash people with the propaganda. They want to maintain this whole consumerism, and they want people to be, just be consumers and don't think and all this kind of stuff. But I think that with the invention of social media, with the invention of YouTube and all this kind of stuff, it kind of backfired on them because he got like the average Joe, what I'm saying, making content, what I'm saying, and they're getting like more views and more attention than Hollywood, Disney, and all, mainstream Google, whatever, what I'm saying? And I think that they're so scared, they're trying to like clamp down on their creativity as much as they can. So they trying to like use any excuse that they can to like squash that. So, a couple years ago they had like the ad apocalypse on YouTube, and that didn't work. People still making content, and now they got this whole COPPA thing going on, and before that they had the net neutrality controversy. Before that they had this thing in Europe, some article, something, I think it was like Article 11, Article 13. I forgot exactly what it was called, but they were trying to like ban YouTube videos in Europe and all this kind of stuff. So they trying to do it anyway. They trying to discourage people from making content. What I'm saying? And it's really a war on creativity. Saying, I think the bottom line is that they don't want people thinking. They don't want people being creative. They want people just be consumers. And I think that the powers that be, they didn't realize, they didn't expect this kind of backlash because they expected everybody to be like mindless NPCs, but they didn't realize there's like a whole population in America and the world, not just America, but in Europe, Australia, Canada, wherever. So you got a whole population of people who think for themselves. They create their own content. They got their own unique opinions. I'm saying? A lot of times, they're more on point than the mainstream media. I think that the powers that be, they're just so scared and shaken because they're losing their influence. So they try and do anything they can to destroy creativity. What I'm saying? So they're banning channels, banning accounts, and all this kind of stuff. So that's just my personal take on it. You can get into like the whole technicalities about it, but I think the bottom line is that the powers that be just sick and tired of people who are thinkers. They don't want people thinking. They don't want people to be creative. They don't want people to have their own unique opinions and stuff like that. They just want everybody to be mindless drones, conformist. You know what I'm saying? And I think they were surprised. They were they were surprised. There was just this big underground of people, regardless of race or color and gender. What I'm saying? They're so creative, having their own unique opinions, doing their own thing, making money. That is scaring the heck out of them. So they gotta do any way they can to like for the mainstream media and mainstream entertainment to maintain their hold on the minds of people. So that's just the way I look at it. Just my personal opinion. You know, and I think it's gonna backfire because if YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, if they keep going the route they're going, all these platforms are gonna be like MySpace. And I think I think that's what they want to do. What I'm saying? I think they will sacrifice their social media platforms just so that they don't so that they can squash creativity. What I'm saying? It's just so I think they just very, very what word I'm looking for? They're just so scared. They do anything they can to maintain their people to be sheep. So they're like, hey, destroy all these YouTube channels, get rid of all these accounts. What I'm saying? And just put Katy Perry on there, put Jimmy Kimmel on there. You know, Stephen Colbert. Ellen. Just keep the mainstream. What I'm saying? Keep Disney on there, Hulu, HBO, whatever. What I'm saying? just keep them on the platform. But little old guy, with a webcam in his bedroom, who has 500,000 subscribers. Oh, we gotta get rid of him. He's an alt writer. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. So, what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't deal with the race because you got a lot of black content creators in the black conscious community. They're getting banned. You got white people getting banned. You got women, Asian, Hispanic. It doesn't matter. They don't want people thinking, period. You know what I'm saying? They just want everybody, they want you and everybody else to be consumers, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And they do anything they can to maintain that, even if that means destroying YouTube, even if that means destroying Twitter and Facebook, Yeah, but anyway, though, I just wanted to share my opinion on that. But if you got some input on that, just let me know in the comments. And check out my other videos and my other social media links. And peace out.